Well, hello. You've startled me when I was in the middle of my laboratory doing research. Well, not really, because why the hell would I have a camera on while I'm doing research? But doesn't it seem like I was doing research? Underneath the black light, as you know, I usually play with things like uranium. That's why this is glowing green. Various little things. It turns out these marbles are not uranium. And other random samples. But today I actually wanted to talk to you about videos. DVDs. Things that glow. Well, DVDs anyway. And what my favorite DVDs are to have around at any given point. And I'm going to show them to you. But first I think I need to cut the lights on, because it occurs to me you actually probably can't see very well. You can see my jacket and my paper just fine. Let's see what cuts the lights on. Oh yes. There we go. Alrighty. Well, that was fun. As you know, I spend most of my free time doing research, which is not very much research because I have like no free time because I'm always working in my lab. But anyway, let's push the uranium away from us. Doesn't it feel like it should be over that way somewhere? Make sure that there's not too much radiation. Okay, then. Let's see here. Let's rip off the jacket because it's fun, it's neat. I actually do wear it sometimes at work, but I don't need it right now. Let's talk a little bit about DVDs. The subject of today's video is anime DVDs. This is not to be some weird tentacle hentai crap. No. This is straight up normal anime. Nothing weird and freaky. Does that have a crack in it? I hope it doesn't. That damn earthquake. Well, anyway, I brought in a stack of good ones. If you go to the store, you see truckloads of anime. What's good? What's not? Of course, it's all hearsay. If I tell you something's good, you might think it's absolute trash and terrible. And that's fine. But anyway, let me give you what I think is something good. These are animes that I watch and I think are good. And if you think I'm an idiot, then these are ones not to buy. And if you think I'm not an idiot, hell, if you even like some of my stuff, then these are ones to buy. Alright, the first one up on our list is Rocket Girls. This is a strange one. It's nothing weird or strange in that sort of way. But basically put, the gist of the story is they come up with this rocket that they're trying to put into space, and one of the launchers they're working on, the bigger, heavier launcher, keeps blowing up. But they're running out of funding and they have to justify everything. So the point is they get stuck in a position where they need to get somebody up in the air no matter what, and they have a lesser powerful launcher that was more for just testing purposes. But if they could fit it, they thought about putting like a monkey or something in it, but then it occurred to them that these girls are the right size to fit in one of these things. And normally that would be weird, but it's Japanese, and you know how the Japanese are. If you're Japanese, no offense, but you already know how you guys are. You're strange when it comes to things like that. So anyway, Rocket Girls is an awesome series, though, if you like NASA and rockets and stuff like that. Absolutely a fun and wonderful series. It's also very scientific, too, which is kind of interesting. They're very big into science. Next up on the list, Hell Girl. Not to be confused with the Christian concept of hell. This is a little bit more Shinto-ish. Basically, if you want revenge, you call a number, or you post an email or whatnot. I think it was the email version. You post an email and you tell Hell Girl that you want revenge against somebody, and she'll come to you depending on the situation. And if your request is good enough, if it's powerful enough, potent enough, whatever, she'll offer you to grant revenge against somebody. Basically, she'll go and do the revenge, and it's themed. If somebody did something to you a certain way, she'll do something back to them in a similar sort of way. The only problem, though, is that if you sign the deal, you have to, when you die, give your soul up. So, amazingly enough, there's many episodes, 26 episodes, where people do it. It's a really creepy show. It has a lot of strange stuff, really awesome lighting. Very, very, very nice cover, too. Hell Girl. Really good. This one doesn't fall under traditional Japanese anime, but it was partially animated in Japan, so it counts. But it gets on my list anyway. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm throwing this one in here anyway. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, hell yes. If you were a nerd, if you own a Geiger counter and know how to use it, I say if and, because a lot of people own them and don't know how to use them. If you own uranium, then you need to own Dungeons and Dragons. Because by God, man, if you have uranium and you don't have Dungeons and Dragons, you're like half of a nerd. You're like a spear, just the stick part, though, without the pointy end. You're like a car without wheels. Uranium? No Dungeons and Dragons? Oh, just go home, you know. Let's see. Next one up on the list. Here's one of the strangest ones of all. Red Garden. Red Garden. These people die, come back alive, and they are stuck in this like crazy, exotic war, fantasy war. They have to battle all these bad people and do all this stuff. I don't want to give away any of the plot. But here's the weirdest thing. As awesome as the first 2 seasons are, this show, like, when the show ends, the very last couple episodes become this totally different thing that I'm not going to spoil, but you really wish that it would continue on because it's so awesome. And it doesn't. It's sad. But it's an awesome series nonetheless. Red Garden. I randomly went to Best Buy and just bought this. I said, you know what, hell with it. What are they, 20 bucks a piece? That's 40 bucks. It's pocket change. So I bought 2 of these. Watched them and they were awesome. Here's a strange one. I don't know why. This is another one that shouldn't have gotten in, but it did. Because this isn't Japanese animation at all. It has nothing to do with the Japanese. This is actually French. This is a French piece. But my God, it's so creepy. It has to be on the list. It just has to be. Fantastic Planet. Again, you own uranium, Geiger counters, particle accelerators, death rays, those sorts of things. You have to have Fantastic Planet or you're not a scientist. I have a bag of potassium-40 sitting right beside me. Why, I don't know. Own this. Fantastic Planet, it's this weird, strange, surreal, trippy sort of movie where you, humans are kept by these gigantic 50 to 60 foot tall blue creatures and we're kept as like pets. And then slowly we become maybe a little more. It's one of the weirdest movies ever, well, the weirdest animes ever put to film. It's old too, 1973, and yet still, freaking classic. Fantastic Planet. Alright, now 2 really good ones that are more mainstream but worth seeing, and then the ultimate favorite at the end. Alright. Hayao Miyazaki. This is Miyazaki. Nausicaa is the name of this one. Nausicaa is one of the best of Miyazaki's films, period. It's not the best, but it's one of the best. Far in the futuristic world, Nausicaa, the princess, lives in a little tiny refuge in between the forest of mushrooms. Basically, the fungus has taken over the entire world, so that means basically my house spread everywhere. And the bugs and insects and stuff, and the fungus is slowly pushing away all the humans. And they have Patrick Stewart on here as one of the voices. It's an awesome series. Terribly awesome. Pour yourself a scotch, watch Nausicaa. That's what I'll do. I'm weird for liking this one. You ever like that weird song you just don't tell anybody because you're sure they would think that you were weird? Yeah. This is one of those kinds of things. Kiki's Delivery Service. Yes. Now you're really sure that I'm strange. It's alright. I am. Kiki's Delivery Service. I'm kind of tired today. I've been programming for 8 straight hours today, so like my brain is just mush, you know. But oh God, I can program, like I have code going through my mind right this moment, you know. The little cat that I showed you a couple days ago, my cat Drist, looks just like the cat in this. Kiki is a little witch. She's going out on like witch training. This is like a Disney film. It's a happy-go-lucky film. I often like machine gunny films where everybody's blowing stuff up and shooting each other with machine guns and things. That's sort of fun. I really like that. And yet, the 5-year-old in me likes this. And now, piece de resistance. Piece de resistance. Didn't say it right. But anyway, that's okay. I don't speak French. One of my favorites ever. God, it's big too. Nadia. Secret of Blue Water. I have both of them. This is one of them, and then there's the other one. There are a total of, well, it looks like 39 episodes total between the two. Nadia, Secret of Blue Water is about Princess Nadia, is that princess theme again, who comes from a, well, anyway, I don't want to say anything. It just occurred to me I came close to, like, exposing stuff. But I didn't. Anyhow, well, it says right on the cover in the box, so it's not, like, amazingly hard to figure out. But anyhow, Nadia's Secret of Blue Water. The movie that they made afterwards was so horrible that, like, my eyes bled when I watched it. It was, well, not really, but it was pretty terrible. Alright? But the series is absolutely just wonderful. This right here is, like, probably one of the best animes ever. It's just an awesome story. It's a fun and awesome story from beginning to end. So, from a person who sits here with a 1/4-inch steel plate in his hand, those are my picks. You should trust me. Because I say you should trust me. Which is not really a good reason to trust anybody. But anyhow, if you have any that you want to add to that list, if you think you know of some really great anime that's even way better than that, and maybe I would like to watch it, because I really, really, really have no time, seriously, I would love to watch some better anime, please let me know. I'm trying to make so my videos aren't always just radiation. Although, for the record, when I set out to do all of this, originally when I made Anti-Proton.com, the point of it was to talk about physics, primarily particle physics, which of course does get into radiation, but also about other things too, to discuss all kinds of things. And then very soon after I made the site, Japan blew up. Good for me, huh? So I immediately walked outside with my Geiger counter and started tick, 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 tick. For the record, I had this before Fukushima. Tick, 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 tick. And I haven't gone back since. So, whatever. Remember, updates? Strontium-90 sample is this close to getting to me. Geiger counter is this close to getting to me. Hopefully they show up close to one another. It would be nice. So this has been Tom from Anti-Proton.com, and bye-bye.